Scrumbag Danny Cipriani slammed by judge after breaking promises to help stripper who aborted his baby. The ex-England rugby star, 29, pledged £1,500 to Lisa Murphy before the termination but ended up giving her nothing. Danny Cipriani was slammed by a judge after breaking promises to help a stripper who aborted his baby. The ex-England rugby star, 29, had pledged £1,500 to Lisa Murphy before the termination but eventually gave her nothing. Meanwhile, he launched a cover-up, ordering his PR team to deny the entire story, while Murphy, 39, and friend Violet Smith, 29, were successfully prosecuted for blackmail. Judge Peter Lodden told Kingston Crown Court in southwest London, "Nobody comes out of this episode very well." He accepted Murphy, 39, had been desperate and that Smith, 29, just wanted to help her. He agreed the pals did not even realize they might be breaking the law and gave them 22-month suspended sentences. Judge Peter Lodden QC told Murphy, "It's an understatement to say nobody comes out of this episode very well." Danny Cipriani didn't act according to his early promises. Whether that was his own choice or in accordance with advice of PR agency or some other reason is not for me to judge. Certainly he doesn't appear to have fully accepted the extent of your difficulties. It's against that background that decision to go to the newspapers was made. He added, "Blackmail is a very serious offense. But in my view this is a very exceptional case." The court had heard that even some lawyers did not at first think the case constituted blackmail at all. Murphy befriended Cipriani on Facebook and got pregnant during a romp with the Wasps fly half at the Penny Hill Park Hotel in Surrey, where an England training camp was held. Cipriani had been battling to impress boss Stuart Lancaster for a place in England's 2015 Rugby World Cup squad but was later dropped. Murphy begged him to pay her spiralling bills when she was forced off work following the termination and a cancer scare. He had repeatedly vowed to transfer £1,500 but his messages to her fell off a cliff after she had the operation. The court heard Murphy asked for £5,000 to cover her lost earnings but Cipriani wrote, "I didn't expect you to ask me to pay for your salary." Smith told Murphy she hoped to get £12,000 for the story from The Sun on Sunday but added, "I'm trying to get £15,000 from the publicist." The judge said, "I'm satisfied Lisa Murphy was feeling increasingly desperate and was continuing to suffer from the emotional consequence of her condition." Turning to Murphy, he added, "Violet Smith was motivated by concern for your well-being." Cipriani got his PR advisors and lawyers to insist there was absolutely no truth in the entirely false story. He then went to police. Murphy said she was arrested at her Northampton home at 3:30 am. Bumbling cops had woken her startled mother half an hour earlier after going to the wrong address. Murphy claimed a senior detective in her interview told her, "We have acted quickly because he's a famous individual and this could damage his reputation." Murphy said she was held at Northampton Police Station for nearly 12 hours. Despite being underweight, depressed and on a type of chemotherapy tablet, she claimed she was initially denied medical aid. When she was finally allowed to see a doctor, they immediately told custody officers she was very ill and demanded she be taken from the cells and put somewhere more comfortable. Murphy said she was slung into the back of a police van and driven to Sutton in South London where she had to wait another 5 hours before being quizzed. She said she was eventually bailed at 10:30 p.m., 100 miles from home, without cash and with her mobile phone confiscated. In contrast, Cipriani was given VIP treatment. He was spared the indignity of having to sit in a waiting room with other witnesses, opting to stay in his luxury 4x4 in a nearby car park. When he was needed, he was ushered in through a side door. Prosecutors then decided to pursue the case against Murphy and her lap dancer pal Smith, 29, who worked with her at a club in Luton, Beds, called Junction 9. When The Sun on Sunday first put the allegations about the fling with Murphy and her pregnancy to him, Cipriani ordered his advisors to send emails which said, There is absolutely no truth in the story. They added, I feel you may have been led up the garden path on this one. The judge criticized Cipriani after hearing how his crisis management PR advisor Laura Slater had sent him a message saying, whatever you do, don't pay her any money. Yet 18 months later all the facts the Sun on Sunday provided to Cipriani have been admitted during 2 hearings at Kingston Crown Court. In the meantime, the millionaire has enjoyed roles as a brand ambassador for sportswear companies Adidas and Canterbury. He has also pictured himself on social media visiting children's hospitals and teaching school kids, as his team try to craft his image. Murphy and Smith, both single mothers, were due to stand trial but on Monday changed their pleas when the judge indicated they would not go to prison. After they admitted blackmail, Senior Investigating Officer Sergeant Kate Blackburn and other Metropolitan Police officers went to a pub near the court. Sitting with them in the pub as they sat drinking pints and glasses of Prosecco was Laura Slater. Hannah Duncan, defending Murphy, said, there are those within the legal profession who didn't at first think this was blackmail. Their actions, when taken separately, were entirely legal. People can go to the press in circumstances like this. It is not illegal. To ask Danny Cipriani for help is not illegal. It was entirely justified. After the case, one solicitor said, I was thinking about the way he was treated, and it's grossly unfair. There are 8 victims, people who have been through serious trauma, who come to the court here, and they aren't given anywhere near that sort of priority.